This week, we'll listen to another story from the book called Look, A Child's Guide to Advent and Christmas by Alary, illustrated by Boyajian. This is called Look Around, John the Baptist. After many years, the people of God were still waiting. They had come home to Jerusalem, rebuilt their homes, gardens, and holy places, but the world was still not the way they thought it should be. So they began to hope for someone special, someone who would come to set things right. Who would it be? A wise king? A fierce soldier? A heavenly hero? Someone to destroy their enemies and rescue them from trouble? No one knew for sure what God had in mind. John the Baptist was waiting and watching for whomever God might send. When he was a young man, John left his ordinary life and went out into the desert. When he came back, he howled and stung like a sandstorm, angry at the unfairness of the world. "Someone is coming," he cried. "Someone who will change everything. He will sort good from bad, the way a farmer separates wheat from chaff, and he will burn the chaff with fire. Before this one comes," warned John, "you must get ready. Change your ways. If you have 2 coats, give one to someone who has none. Share your food with the hungry. Look around. See what needs to change, but change yourself first." People who wanted to change came to John by the river. Under the water they plunged, then up again, ready for a clean start. One day Jesus came out of the dark water, dazzled by brightness and fluttering wings. John knew that Jesus was the one he had been waiting for. I wonder if Jesus was what John expected. Jesus loved his enemies, prayed for those who hurt him, welcomed everyone, good and bad, together. Sometimes God comes in ways we don't expect. Maybe God likes surprises. During Advent, we look around. We try to see the things we usually miss. We read stories about people in other places and imagine what their lives are like. Some of the stories are sad. Why do some people have so much and others not enough? The world is still not the way it should be. The stories push us to ask hard questions. What needs to change? Is there anything we say or do that hurts others, near or far away? How can we change our ways? At supper, we say a new kind of prayer. Before we eat, we try to think of everyone who helped bring the food to our table. Who planted the seeds and cared for the plants? Who picked the fruit and dug the vegetables? Who brought them to the market? We thank God for everyone. We are all connected. During Advent, we share. We collect food and toys, coats and boots, for people who have none. One day, we make special wreaths. On green paper, we trace our hands many times, then cut out the shapes and put them in a basket. Whenever we do something kind, we glue another hand to the wreath. Day by day, the wreath gets fuller. It feels so good to see how we are helping. But the wreath helps us too. It reminds us to look around and see how we can make the world better. Advent is a time for surprises. Each door of our calendar hides a tiny gift, one for every day. Even better are the surprises we create. With paints and stamps, we make Advent cards. On each one, we write a hopeful message to someone who needs cheer. We hope the cards will be a bright spot in a dull day. One afternoon, we bake cookies and pack them in pretty boxes. That night, we load the boxes onto our wagon and walk around the block delivering treats to our neighbors. Their faces say more than words. Wonder, thanks, joy, delight. On the walk home, the wagon is empty, but my heart is full. Sometimes I think I can see God in other people. I wonder if they can see God in me. God comes in ways we don't expect.